it is finally time. The day that I have been waiting for. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the Fox again, and today we're gonna turn this bike into a rolling frame. Now I have 2 days, it is Friday right now. I'm gonna work on Saturday as well, because this is a big job and I want to take my time. I don't want to rush anything. It's gonna be a lot of fun and I'm gonna be happy when we have a rolling frame again. So to make a rolling frame out of this, combined with that engine, we are gonna have to attach it to here. Now I'm gonna do some preparations before. I'm gonna cut this straight so I can mount a plate right here that goes to the spring. So I'm gonna have to work all that out, but I'm not gonna do that on camera. It's just grinding and yeah, not really a lot of stuff to learn. I'm not gonna remove the forks because I'm gonna have to attach the forks to put the engine on there, see how it fits. I'm gonna pull the handlebars as well. We don't need them on there. And also I'm gonna have to attach the spring in its correct position, that it's straight, everything, and then we're gonna start measuring everything out and see how it works. So I'm just gonna crack on with it. I'm not gonna explain too much in this video. You will see what happens and then I explain it later, but not really a time lapse. I'm just gonna prepare the frame and then we can start working on the height and the dimensions, and then I'm gonna figure out how to put everything back together and that it works, it is sturdy, it's safe, because we want a safe bike. Yeah, a lot of work today, but we have 2 days, so yeah. We'll see how far we get in this day, but this is gonna be one continuous video, so no breaks, no part 1, no part 2. One video, we got the time and we're gonna do it right. So I'm just gonna crack on with it and I will see you when we have a more clear view of what we need to do and how we need to start everything. So yeah, see you in a minute. Okay, got everything prepared and I even made the stencil for it. So this is what I grind away. I try to get it as flat as possible with a straight edge so we can weld on it. And as you can see, here's my cardboard stencil that I made for the spring. But on the other side, you can see it much more better how it's gonna look. And it will look something like this. Now some people will argue, why didn't you put it in a curve? That would be much nicer. But the contrast with the tire being a curve, this part being a curve, and that part being a curve would have been too much. I want to get that industrial look a little bit. And also I can tie it in much more better with this tube. As you can see, it's pretty much straight with this tube and then goes over here. Also, I'm not really sure, but I think this is stronger than with a curve. Of course, I'm gonna do 2 plates on either side and then I'm gonna box this in so we have a really strong piece. But I think it looks good. My father thinks it looks good, and even the shade, I sent him a photo and he says it looks good and it doesn't stick out. Of course, when the bike is completely painted, it's gonna look really nice. So now what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to make that out of metal, and I got metal right here. This is the metal I'm gonna use. It is 4mm steel. It is the same as this part right here. I mean the thickness, of course. So we have a nice flow. I can grind it out. I can make it all nice and flush so it looks like it would come with the bike stock. Even if you think about it, I think Peugeot would do it this way if they ever build a bike like this. So I'm gonna have to make 2 pieces out of here. You see me build enough plates like this, so yeah, I'm not gonna videotape that. I just want to crack on with it. Don't have to worry about setting up the camera and doing all that. Just gonna crack on with it and get this done because I'm excited. I'm finally gonna have a rolling chassis and I'm gonna be happy when that is over. So I'm just gonna crack on with it. Don't waste a lot of time and I will show you the results when I have my 2 plates and they can be welded on there. So as you can see, The bracket is made and I'm pretty pleased about it. It looks absolutely amazing. It is so nice to look at when you look at it. You have some big sports bikes where you can see the spring and it kind of reminds me something like that. I mean, the flow of it. I still need to tack it in, but it looks pretty nice. So I made sure I followed the curves. Yeah, my gaps aren't that great, but remember, this was with an angle grinder. I mean, if I had a laser cutter, it would be much more easier. Also, this edge wasn't really straight, but look at it. It looks so nice. It fits the bike. Now, of course, I still have to make plates for this, but first I'm gonna tack weld everything and try to get as much weld inside of here before I close it up. But I have to prepare the metal. There's still some roughness and this black stuff needs to go to get a clean weld. Still need to bracken it up, make sure it's all aligned. When you look at here, we have a nice open space for a carb. It looks so nice. I can't stop looking at it. This bike is gonna look so nice when it's finished, and this is gonna be a showpiece. People will know that this isn't stock. We did some modifications. I mean, if you look at the whole bike, it's gonna be like yeah, mods everywhere. But yeah, I'm so happy. I couldn't wish for anything better. I'm glad I didn't do the curve part. I'm so excited to get it tack welded in. Process was really fast. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm gonna take a second day to work on it to get everything squared up and final weld everything. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm now gonna prepare the metal for welding and yeah, tack weld it on and see how far along we get. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to get this bike into a roller. I'm so happy. So here he is, and as you can see, no more center stand. We don't need it anymore. Well, maybe if we want to put the bike somewhere, but it is connected. We finally have a rolling chassis. It's not complete yet, but I still have to do some work on it, but it's here. It is a rolling frame. I am so happy about it. I think we made the correct choice of doing a right angle. I tried to weld it as much as possible. Of course, my welds aren't that pretty. I welded the corners right here. Then I welded the undersides right here. And of course, the insides as well. These parts on both sides. So this is a strong connection. Now to make it even stronger, I'm gonna put plates right here and under here, and I might do something fancy with a curved little bit so it isn't straight, or maybe, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I could do something straight with the same thickness material as this, so it is actually pretty strong, but I'm not really sure about that. I'm gonna have to see how it looks. I might make a plate. Well, maybe it's gonna look good. I was thinking about doing something curved, but maybe that is gonna be an issue because I don't have a bender that can bend these. I actually don't have a bender at all. So I was gonna use some thinner material to make it a curve, but maybe straight would be nicer. It will be easier as well. And then we have a very, very strong connection. Now before I'm gonna weld this shut, I'm gonna drill in a hole right here so I don't get any pressure buildup. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. I'm pretty happy. I'm so excited. I put the handlebars and this right here, the strut bar in, so I can see how the bike looks. I already sat on it and it feels absolutely amazing. It feels like a racer bike. It feels like my CBR. Kind of weird to say about a moped, but yeah, let's compare it to the RCX. It feels like a RCX, and that is amazing because this is not a RCX. This is a Peugeot Fox. It is so crazy what you can do with just a welder, some time and a little bit of knowledge, because I don't have a lot, but yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. Now it's getting pretty late, so I don't have the time to make those plates anymore, but tomorrow I'm gonna return, get those plates and get that final weld, clean it up, paint it, make it all nice and pretty, and yeah, I'm pretty happy, pretty stoked about it. It worked out fine. It wasn't a big hassle. The biggest hassle was actually aligning it, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. Let's have one more look of the progress of today. I'm pretty happy. I'm starting to think about the next stuff we need to do, like putting pegs on it. But tomorrow I'm gonna explain what we still need to do to get this bike in a rolling frame. I'm so used to saying to get it in a rolling frame, not getting in a rolling frame. We are in a rolling frame, but to get it complete working, that is gonna be fun when the engine starts up first, but still a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Day 2. How can you not love coming to the shop and seeing this, a rolling chassis? I'm so happy. Now, what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna fix this, well, not fix it, complete it. Box this up so it is very strong. It is connected to the chassis. As I told before, this is welded, the corners and whatever. Now I know my welds aren't perfect, but I don't care. It looks nice, it is strong, and it's better than before. I mean, if you look at a standard Fox and you look at this is much more perfect, much more cleaner, much more race style. So let's just get into the video and work on this, and then when I'm finished we're gonna talk about it, see what we still can do. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's gonna be, yeah, a little bit of work, grinding and whatever, but I don't care. I want this finished, I want this painted up, and then we can move on to other stuff and we are having a completely rolling chassis. So let's get into day number 2 and have some fun with the bike. So it's finally done. We have a rolling chassis. It is welded up, it is sturdy, it looks nice. Now my welds aren't that great, but I'm still learning. But for using an angle grinder, a drill press and a small TIG welder, this looks pretty good. Now let's have a closer look at the part that I made. So this is it. I didn't go the route that I was usually gonna go with a rounded inside of here. I just made it straight and I think it still looks good. It is sturdy. Here is one of my welds that aren't that perfect. I didn't use enough filler material, so I got a little bit of a dip, but on the top side it's much more better. I welded in the inside as well and the corners right here, so we have a strong bond. On the underside it's also welded, and as you can see I didn't close up the hole. I don't think it's really necessary. We can use that for other stuff like wiring and whatever. So maybe in the future we're gonna weld that up, but for now it looks pretty good. Now the underside isn't that pretty, but I'm not really concerned about it. Also, I welded the inside. It is completely surrounded welded. It is like a proper part right now. Let's go to the other side. The welds are a little bit better over here, but I still need a lot of work. A small little dip over here. The corner isn't that pretty as well. On this side, yeah, we have a little bit of a low spots, but yeah, I think it's gonna work out nice. It flows with this tube. It's like one big part, so it doesn't stick out, but yeah, it's still a modified part, but I'm pretty happy with this. Now, there's still a big welding project, grinding project, and this is this whole mess over here. We're gonna delete that because we don't need this kickstand anymore. We're gonna put in a side stand, so I'm gonna have to delete every single part right here. I got a small hole right here where I can attach it, but I feel like that is not gonna be a best bond, so I'm gonna move this plate over to the other side so I can bolt it on, but of course shave it a little bit down, see what we can work with. I'm gonna cut it over here, and then I have this freely to move it around and see where I can place it, keep the reinforcements. Maybe I'm gonna reuse this plate but cut it a little bit, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun doing that. Of course, this kickstand is gonna go. Then we can start working on the foot pegs. The foot pegs are gonna come in line with this, with the spring, because we got a good mounting point over here. But to do all this stuff, we're gonna have to get the side stand and work out how we're gonna mount that, because normally it fits between the exhaust and whatever. But of course we don't have an exhaust right here. Also, when this whole mess is deleted, it's gonna look much more cleaner, because for now it still looks like a stock engine and we don't want that look. Of course, clean up this whole part, re-weld it, make it as strong as possible. So the bike is gonna have to come apart at some point. Also, I was thinking about making a cover for this. It shouldn't be a big problem because the foot pegs are gonna be here. But of course this is a rotating part, so yeah, we don't really want that. Maybe build a cover for that. Now in the next video I'm gonna worry about this back wheel, this whole gearing system, brake and whatever. I'm gonna disassemble this because now I can put the bike up and get that back wheel in the air so I can rotate it. So we're gonna take apart this, clean it out, put fresh new oil in it, and yeah, make it all nice and perfect. Again, we got a new gasket for that, so we can work on that next week. What do you guys think? Does the bike look good in this position? What you think about the relocation of the engine? Is it coming along? Do you like it? Do you don't like it? I want your feedback, even on the handlebars and the gauge and whatever. If you have any recommendations about what we can do to the bike or something that we did wrong that we can fix, put it in the comments down below. I love to hear your guys' feedback. So it's been a very long 2 days. I'm a little bit tired. It was a lot more work than I was expecting, but it went okay. Not too big of an issues, but I'm pretty happy with the results. So that is gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Follow me on Facebook, TikTok and on Instagram. And if you're not already subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.